Okay everyone, hello and welcome back to will be episode 7 of Neyyah. Now I'm recording this on Wednesday the 12th of November, meaning Call of Duty comes out, Call of Duty Black Ops 7 comes out in like 2 days, so that's going to be good because I'm probably going to live stream that when I get home from work. But we're not here for that, we're here for puzzles, so let us get to puzzles. So, we ended off last time in this room, which is some form of control center of some description. At my best guess, it has some paintings on the wall, something about victory 4231, which is either, to be fair, I should probably write that down, because 4231 is probably a password of some description. If I was to take a random stab in the dark. So, victory... 423, sorry. 4231, which might be something, but we don't know. There's also a picture of what appears to be an eyeball escaping a wormhole. Or being ripped out of a socket. I don't have much better of a description for that one. Let's go over here first to this. Oh, we've got some, reading to do. Oh, dear Smolax. I'm writing to you in regards to the increasing fragility of the Falitsu Dome. I understand you are very busy putting a lot of our resources into the Laflomian portal. I believe we are so close to creating a brand new source of energy through the Falitsu routes, which could easily surpass any of the current payloads we have coming out of the labs. I appreciate the hard work and time already spent in separating the Falitsu Dome from the rest of the Falitsu Island. However, I'm going to require more sophisticated materials if I am to sustain a healthy root growth and generate accurate results through the Banox computer system. One of my current concerns is a faulty pipe at Falitsu Pod 4. It keeps disconnecting and leaking fluids everywhere. I call upon the aid of the priests at the Ronaldo Temple. With their specialized tools, I believe we can take full advantage of using more natural-based resources from Feyamore. So far, the tests carried out look hopeful, with more roots churning out stronger pellicite readings. My faith in the use of Feyamore's natural resources also stems from having used another plant material. The Gafunky mushroom produces spores which, when mixed with two chemicals, tachybanyl and clophenol, produce a very efficient and sustainable light source. Right, I feel like I'm going to need to write those down, because we might actually, because we have some of those spores, don't we? So, we need, tachybanyl, Tashibanyl, tachybanyl, and clophenol, clophenol. Now that could be nothing, but I feel like we may need them for something at some point, because we have them, maybe we need to mix chemicals and we don't know what the labels are, who knows. Unlike the Falitsu roots, no seawater is required to add in the mix. I set up a few of these light sources around Issue Site 28. Please find attached a couple of photos referring to points I've made in my letter. I am free any time in the coming week to arrange a meeting with yourself and any of the priests which may be available to speak further on the Falitsu Dunes upgrades. Best wishes for me. Okay. So, it's those things on the walls. I see. Interesting. We could look at one of them on the ground at one point, couldn't we? I wonder if I can do something with them. What's this thing? Oh, it's the spore heater prototype. I can't do anything with that, can I? Those look like the 4 fuses, right? Where are they? Like these. But not quite? I don't know. I don't know what to think of that. Can I turn it on? Ah! Harvest required. Cool. We have spores. Can I can't touch the button again. I can now look at these, but I can't touch them. What can I... Oh, that's just an inkwell, isn't it? Wait, is there anything in these drawers? Ah, there is. To Vermeer de Healy. I'm informing you of the immediate closure of the elevator at the Flitsu Dome until the button mechanism there has been fixed. I'm curious as to why the button has been tampered with in the first place. I'm not sure when to expect a new mechanism installation. I might have parts for you to collect sometime in the next week or two, but I can't say for sure. As you're aware, work has been very demanding in the Ronaldo Temple lately. I will revise any structural checks for the dome's roof and inform you of any confirmed dates for inspection. Till then, I hope work the Flitsu routes continues to provide promising results. Smollax. The plasma field has been activated successfully. All operations on the dome will cease for now. As explained in my letter, okay, if you are able to find a fix for the button system there, inform me as soon as you can. Smollax. Okay. It feels like it's telling us to go there, but we already went there and there wasn't really much to do. Remote power using the mushroom source. Oh, this is what we need them for. Okay, the satellite connects to remote light sources. After a different experiment, I found the Gafunky mushroom spores at the sleeping tower area of the Flitsu Island to work most effectively on the new remotely powered lanterns. Maybe it's something to do with the nearby Binoxi Eye portal. Those rays could be aiding the potency of the spore's growth. I'm quite happy with the new contraption which processes the spores. So far, so good. Let there be dark and light places. Okay, so if I see a weird white cabinet like that, I need to put spores in it. Well, I have some. Interesting that I can't pick any up that I've clicked the button with. What about this side? There's a note here on these pipes. Reminder, send old pipes back to Ulajay, possibly reuse in Lab 17? Okay. To Ymir de Healy. I apologize for the delay with the construction work on the Flitsu Dome. Not only have the sea levels risen around the Flitsu Island area, but it appears the heat has something to do with why my men seem so anxious to the very thought of stepping foot on those old Fazoltian wooden walkways again. The sun's turned their minds into Maleva dung. Okay, some kind of animal. Great. All they talk of is the voices in their heads whenever they step foot back on the docks here on Ulajay. Those damned vines are also causing havoc on the scaffolding there. Maybe they can help bring down the rest of that wretched Fazoltian mess hall, or whatever it used to be. No matter. Kehalta Volker beckons, and thus we shall answer, and continue our work. I'm hoping the current state of the dome's technology is providing significant progress in your search for alternative power sources. I'm looking at strengthening the power of the blue crystal fences too, not only at the dome but at other areas of Neyyah Site 28. The vines seem eager to burn under them, rather than retreat back to those cursed waters. The elevator sector seems to be a stronghold against any natural forces. Those towers there are strong and perfect for protecting such important devices. Meanwhile, although I may require a new team to conduct the research required to get such work underway, I'm quite eager to pursue matters in regards to finding alternative use for the Bilix tank oils on Flitsu Island. The old contraption needs to be brought down and new systems put in place to make use of that oil. While I understand you're quite preoccupied with other matters on Neyyah Site 28, if you do have a free moment to check what the levels at the tank might be, inform me and I'll see to putting some construction plans in place. I've also ceased work on the railway system linking the Lavandis Crystal coastline and the Jalud station area of the arrival sector, for reasons I previously mentioned. While the Neyyah spores are fruitful on Neyyah Site 28, the place has caused me nothing but trouble. Let me know if the railcar system is powered enough to get from one side to the other. The Banox Eye portal seems to be running at full capacity now. I just hope the propulsion mechanism currently installed on the rails doesn't make it too much of a bumpy trip. A stronger fuse system will suffice, replacing the current Jalud fuse installation required at the car. I believe Neyyah Site 28 holds the key to evolving our technologies in ways we haven't thought possible. More than just throwing old Flitsu roots in cases of chemicals and hoping to see what power is squeezed from them. The more we can strip away from the resulting corpse that continues to fester below our sanctuary, the stronger we will be, the closer we shall be to him. Smollax. The current symbology depicted in the Bilix tank emblem, where Ulajay is joined with the lands of Fazolta, creates a bitter taste in my mouth. We should definitely revise this design once we have the plans for a new system in place. We decided to push forward with ideas on how the oil can be used more effectively for our purposes here on Ulajay. Also, I'm certain we had one of these oil cannons left behind by our betrayers. Maybe they took it with them when I threw the last of their damned souls into the Quilivian. Interesting. Crossing rail track, Neyyah cart departure, return to sleeping area. Retractable buffer stop. Cart rival at Lavange coastline, Lajarian rail track. Hoping to remove the nudges from the rail system once the old rail is fully demolished. Once fully operational, I can improve other rail systems pushing acre 28. Smalllands. Okay. Interesting. So that canister we got, that one, can be used for oil. We need to go find those tanks, I guess, with that symbol on it. Ooh, more. To Vermeer de Healy, the improvements you made to my, I can actually view that word, to my Erelta gun are the finest I've seen in a while. I have noticed a far clearer and sharper aim when hunting down the Maleva cats. I have not organised a hunting expedition on Neyyah Site 28 for a while, as their population seems to dwindle there compared to other areas of Fazolta. While I prefer the marble white walls of my temple, catching these plated beasts across various terrain below distracts me from the arduous work taking place at the Ronaldo temple. After the betrayal and the battle which followed, they seem to have fled further into forested areas. Do not threaten, my dear Vermeer. My Erelta only fires tranquilizers. I'm aware you don't agree with animals being experimented on, but in my eyes it's no different than your plant tests. Once unconscious, the plated beasts are brought back to Ulajay and marked. This way I'm not repeating the procedure on the same animals. Maleva cat's blood seems to contain a property which, when mixed with Galithium, accelerates the plasma generation of the Laflomian portal. I honestly believe this cat will be the answer to speeding up our work, ridding ourselves from this cursed place once and for all, and returning back to him. Let me know if you wanted to organise any hunting expeditions down on Neyyah Site 28. You would be most welcome. Maybe you'd wield the Erelta better than I can. I'm always up for a challenge, my dear Revere. Small axe, and I guess that's what one looks like. Cool. A lot of reading in here again, as per usual, whenever we see a new area. This is a big net. Cool. I have looked at big net. I've opened that door already. Right, we have a door here. I think there's a door there, but I'm going to go up here now. Because there's a lot of computers up here. Let's not turn... Aha, here's one. What does this computer say? There'll be Neyyah Site 28 again. Click the enter button. Video messages. Small axe. Small axe. Small axe. Okay, left to right, I guess.
Vermeer! My old friend. I hope I'm not disturbing you. I assume you're down there on Neyyah Site 28? Working hard, I hope. Looking at recent deliveries from other Neyyah sites, I'd say some serious competition is coming your way. Also, just a reminder, if I don't see progress on the dome's construction, I will hold you personally responsible. Maybe it will put the half-baked brains of my men at ease, knowing the curse has been lifted. Their foolish falsehoods of whispered voices can finally be extinguished. Now, while I admire your search for alternative power sources besides the Paeta, I feel you are getting too close to that Validian. Go now, my dear Vermeer. I await your report on the Philitsu routes.
Well, damn. I want to say I kind of like him because there's a charisma about him, but at the same time, he very much comes across as I don't like this guy because he's very thinly veiling threats at us and being a little passive aggressive, which I don't like. So I just want to say before we go further, props to who I'm not sure who this man is, but props to the guy who's acting this because it is really good. You know you've done a good job as an actor when you look at when you listen to the guy or hear the guy and go, I don't like you, because it shows he's actually he's fulfilling the role as, you know, maybe not the nice guy. I don't know. I've fallen in love with this guy already.
The Neyyah spore. Beautiful, powerful, potent. Wouldn't you agree, my dear Vermeer? We must conserve the Galifium, and yet we must up the dosage for the well-being of the people. Perhaps the Nyyashka plants are getting zapped by Zypherfish, or maybe the spores are releasing too early. You should double-check the heaters. Or maybe the spores are randomly getting weaker, their power withering, their potency waning, for no reason at all. Nyyashka Site 28 is losing its power, Vermeer. It must be, because the Ologerians are forsaking the spores. If you can't find a way to increase the potency, I will sink your beloved Neyyah beneath the waves. Check the tank for Zypherfish and eradicate them. We can't afford interruptions. Not if we are to finally be reunited with him.
Okay, from thinly veiled threats to just straight threats, apparently. This is getting interesting.
It finally happened. Didn't I say it'd be unwise to keep that wretched portal standing? The debris doesn't concern me. It could have affected the spore farming systems. We were lucky. This time. My workers speak of whispers and believe the site is cursed. What happens when they refuse to maintain the Binoxi Eye portals? Who will step in then? You! Myself! My focus lies here in the temple, at the Laflomian portal. As should yours. The Yopalesh was but a means to an end. That technology faded away years ago. It's true, the Yopalesh did serve us well for a long time, and the Pieta remained in great condition after its transit from the factory to the temple here on Olajay. But now, the Pelorian portal at the old factory, it's in ruins. It's a twisted mess. A corpse, shaped by the greed of its creators, swallowed up by the ocean. Eventually, everything they ever created will fall. Who was it? One of my engineers mentioned to me the last time he was down on site. Oriane. That name sounds familiar. Does it mean anything to you? Kabeltavolka. He graces me with his presence. His machine breath enters my dreams. Now, more than ever. We are getting close for me. The time is fast approaching where we will once again sail back through the silver rings and be all with our home. Bragnarian. But we need more power. The Laflomian portal remains stable for now. Despite the tremors, we can do this. We have to. Keep me informed about Nyyashka Site 28.
Okay, so if I'm reading this right, this guy is obsessed with the machine god, and he wants to reunite with him. There's something about silver rings, which I'm guessing is some kind of portal or transportation system to get back to their home. And, yeah, he's a classic megalomaniac who just wants to go home above all else and has care for progress, but no care for maintaining the past. We kind of already knew that bit, but it's good to get some confirmation on that from the man himself. Okay, there's another... Let's do the big computer last. We'll start with this one. I think this one might be a bit quicker, considering it looks like it does something. Nyyashka Site 28. Fuel activation. Neyyah requires all symbols powered. Symbol code activation board activated. Great. So I want circle, left, up, right. Can I... Let's skip that. Can I interact with this? Circle. What? No? Left, up, right, left? I can't place anything in these. That's... It appears to be like searching for something? Almost? I don't know. Okay, circle. Up. No idea. It's... Okay, I have no idea how to interpret that at the moment. Let's try this computer on for size, and I've gone Australian apparently. It's really bad. I'll stop doing that. System information. The Neyyah Planetum series is the perfect cradle and elevation machine for any type side of Nyashka plug. Nyashka, I guess, as we found it. I don't know. I'm going to keep pronouncing it my way, I think, because my brain has decided. This machine comes with reinforced Nylixar metal and Pelorian plasma tubes, sustaining large distances between any ocean border that may be required to travel through, in order to grow and deliver spore production. It will rest at a more elevated position above heater systems, more so than any of the previous models, generating a much more successful spore harvest. Once the Neyyah is fueled via the activation cabinet, an activation cabinet, and a two-part symbol is successfully transferred to the Neyyah Platinum System 2. It's platinum. It's platinum, but it doesn't look, because I've never seen the word platinum is never written out anywhere. In my life, I know the word, I just don't ever see it written. It's platinum. The Platinum System 2, Neyyah will take less than a minute to reach the Point B destination. The fuel for the activation cabinet system is required to be powered from a remote location to the Neyyah itself. The key safe box and activation cabinet for the Neyyah will be provided you a couple of days before the main machine is shipped. Back to the menu. Activation status. Symbol required, binocular. Great, everything is inactive. Waiting the symbol connection from the Platinum System 2, destination classified. Great. So, just nothing's active right now, so I can't really do anything from here. Binocular activity. They are literal binoculars. Okay. Current location of the circle plus right, I guess. The diverter tower on arrival sector continues to provide a strong signal, enabling successful transmission of symbols to the binoculars connected to the Neyyah Platinum System 2. The ellipolite shield is now nothing but a ruin, looming above the diverter tower like a corpse. And those binoculars stationed at the watchtowers nearby serve no purpose anymore. While this continues to provide a steady source of power for the Neyyah, I do believe it would be wise to consider constructing a brand new system, one which doesn't require old Fazaltian technology. I always did appreciate the understanding and cooperation back when I decided to lay down the plans to construct the ocean portal, but after what they did to us for Mir... Anyway, make sure the transmission from Arrival Sector HQ Lab Sector at the diverter tower remains strong for the Neyyah operations to perform successfully. The Neyyah depends on it. Small axe, yep, and exit, great. So, there's not really a lot there then I can interact with. There was some decent information is being learned. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be separating out this terminal to a separate video. So, I've probably cut that bit out. So, I've started reading through this terminal. There is a lot of information in here. If you would like to learn it, it will be in episode 7.5. Because otherwise I'm going to be sat here reading for the next, like, probably 20 minutes, half hour, just in that one terminal. So I'm going to come back in a little bit and finish reading that. So if you want to see that, watch the 7.5, which will be available for you to watch in the playlist, because it will be unlisted. I've also used, the water is made of sealing. You know exactly what I meant. I said that the wrong way around, but you know what I meant. The water is indeed made of sealing. Can I not... Is that not a door I can go through? Oh, clicked off the window there. That looks like a door, but I can't go through it. Well, let's check this door out. Let's see what's through the other side. I wonder if I'm guessing a small room? It appears to be a bed. Are we playing Myst? I found a book. Oh, it's a journal. We have access to another journal. Right, we'll have a look at that in just a second. I've got a thingy. A Velatron Paida. Ooh. Aww. That's just... Okay, that's just an inkwell, right. Okay, Paida. It's a powerful word. On Ulaj, Paida's only mounted to labs. One-way glass windows, black curtains, locked doors. On top of the Belindi Hills, I run the operations in a place where all the magic happens. The people who live down our street believe what I do is his work. The thought dust aftermath of his beckoning. His machine breath. If I hear Smolak say this to me one more time, I swear I'll set up a Quilivian of my own and trap him inside it while he sleeps. Well, I am working on it, but it won't be no Quilivian. And I want to make sure he is conscious when the teleportation takes place. The bunker is already set up, just as Unter instructed. Neyyah will provide what is needed. I struggled tonight with my thoughts. While I have successfully set up the Mayorda gas system, tested the orange Paida required to power it, I can't help but be reminded of the near-death experience that came as a result of not thinking clearly when testing it a month or two ago. I can't blame Taleva for this incident. I knew a dispute would arise after telling her about certain precautions I have set up here at the lab. Wakhara Security continue to insist I upgrade the VED N80 security doors, even though I have gone down to their offices in person, explaining that I can maintain the systems myself. I'm sure Smilex is behind it. So I decided to block them on the Bannock system, and I understand Taleva's irritation at what could only lead to more suspicion and problems from the powers above. I've noticed a change in her mood lately. While I'm sure she worries about me, I'm also sensing a growing resentment in her towards what my work entails. The sacrifice. The relentless thunderstorm above our heads rumbling, what if, my love. I will strive to make sure nothing happens to our family. We are so close now. 2 months ago, I had to escape the lab's Mayorda chamber. I reckon I have never climbed up a ladder so fast in all my life. The Mayorda gas erupted way too quickly after I miscalculated the Paida activation lever's speed in vaporizing the glass of the table, which keeps the Mayorda gas cloud contained. Memory doesn't serve me well as it used to. So I set up some posters to remind me to carry a mask on me at all times whenever entering any of the Mayorda gas areas. I can't continue to dwell on this setback. Perhaps I'm tired. One of Talavia's shoulder massages would be perfect right now. I'm very proud of my accomplishments, especially in tinkering with the components of the two portals. I remember attending one of the early expeditions to excavate the caves where the Mayorda gas had been discovered. I was a young man back then. I still recall the Bonoxy screeches, my hands covered in green moss from the cave walls, as I steadied myself, traipsing down into the ink-black pools of darkness filling the ancient tunnels. I am glad Smolak's push for the two portals to be created. They now serve a great purpose here on Neyyah. My adjustments to a specific two portal have required the use of other devices. On the Bannock system, I've managed to keep locations of the two portals classified. Can't hide the sensors very easily. This is why I need to keep many people off of Neyyah as possible. While I know Taleva is sick with frustration, I'm sure she understands. One side of it that made the gas eruption is that even when with wearing a gas mask, somehow a vision will take place. For a moment, I felt I was actually in the place I needed to teleport to, even though I'm only activating the two portal in that moment. If I was to pursue further research into the Mayorda gas, I'm sure I could generate teleportation from the very gas itself. I tried hard to conceal my escape route from Neyyah, despite the use of the sensors. However, I decided not to set up a security camera console for it. The location will make itself known anyway once the Mayorda gas is released. I believe the portal to the Velatron machine doesn't necessarily require a camera system either. I may dismantle this at some point. I could have saved Unter the trouble of sending me a new camera system for the transportation tower security code, and just use this one instead. I keep one of the Paidas here in my quarters for now. Believe the key to my escape route back up to Neyyah requires higher security and protection. Red orb. Cool, that's all of it. Is there much else in this room, or is it just the way back out again? That's the elevator shaft. It looks like it may just be the way back out again, unless there is anything under the bed. Let's go find out. No is the answer. It's just zooming out. It's an interesting bed. Looks kind of like a wooden slab. Can't be that comfortable. Let's go explore the other side of this room. This video is all going to be in this room, isn't it? That's probably the best way to do it. I have a piece of paper that I need some salt for. Where is my inventory? After you have fueled the Neyyah, go straight to the Neyyah heater chamber. I'll meet you there once I've accessed Neyyah system number 2 and load the Neyyah. Remember to keep the plasma shield open. I have a little experiment to conduct, one which Smolex would no doubt feed me to the Venoxy for. Vermeer. Cool. Can I look at anything else on the floor? There is... I have another... Oh, God. I've got a lot of reading to do in journals. There's another bed there, but I can't really do much to it. By the looks of things, it's a bit too dark. I don't think there's anything much... Oh, can I go look at the desk? No? Okay. I think that is us done in here. So I should probably look through the journals and make sure I finish reading this before I go. So, let's see. Is it J for journal? Yes, it is. We got this one first. Lab HQ, Galorfiak Mines. This is Vermeer's journal. How long is it? I just want to see. It is 10 pages. And how long is the other one? I may read one of them to end this episode and one to start the next one. I'm just trying to work out how long there, because I don't want it... Otherwise, I don't... this one is a lot longer. Cool. And do I need to salt every page, or is it just the one page to salt all of it? Every page, okay. So let's go back to when it started going funky and salt all of this. How many pages are there is a good question. Another one. And then there's another one. Is that the last one? That appears to be the last one. And that said, Smolex, I'm coming for you. Right. I'm going to read one more journal, apparently, before we leave, which is going to be the first one we found. And then I'm going to... I'll probably stop, record the rest of what's in that terminal for episode 7.5? Yeah, because I did episode 6. Episode 7.5. And then, finally, for episode 8, we can leave the room. I've had to dismantle the railings at the bridge leading to the old bunker on Skullduggery Towers. They were rusted almost to nothing. A shame Smolex doesn't share the same views on the Fazoltian world as I do, or at least he used to. Even the symbol which represents Falitsu Island is a full circle, when it didn't need to be. All the others are broken circles. He just had to make it clear that Ulajay's intended is indeed the centre of everything. There's been a recent addition to the Venoxy computer system on the lab, an update to the Jutuki portal. Apparently delivering a stronger access to the Spore Docks through Toledo portaling to Panova Point. I believe this will cause extra strain on the system there, even with the countless fixes Smolex has slapped onto those ancient machines. We will see how this pans out. Smolex seems to have taken a liking to my recent experiments with Gafunky mushroom spores. The results on the lanterns I've set up so far on Neyyah seem to indicate they deliver a great source of light power. While the lanterns seem to be working great on flat surfaces, more uneven, rockier surfaces cause the lantern tentacles lose their grip. I've thus been working on a more remotely powered sources of light which can be activated by the beautiful Gafunky mushroom spores. So far, so good. Quick maintenance check on the Kular crystal setup I installed a while ago at the watchtower of Falitsu Island's harbour. Surprising how powerful it is after having not inspected it for a good month or two now. It seems to work fine still. The heater servers don't seem to complain. At the old Lavandishing tower nearby provides even today, despite most of it now crumbling away into the ocean. Mason seems quite content with the new responsibilities I've given him. Regards to checking up on the Neyyah portal, Neyyah plant, making sure everything is running at point A. The Neyyah zone. The Neyyah Platinum series models are great and hold up very well, but I doubt any upgrades will take place for a while. Smolex fears the spore count's getting low here on Site 28, as he calls it. Competition is going your way, he says. We'll see about that, Smolex. I managed to hide the crystal safely away in a place Smolex will never end up going. Aha! But he's afraid to be attacked by a Lipolite, still lurking away in those dark chambers off these years. No, go lock off. Say you, Smolex, not now. Mason seems to agree with me on making sure there's a place to remind ourselves what colour is needed for which mechanism. Spore docks sound good. I managed to tinker around with the power flow of the console there, and the Neyyah activation console is a secure place at point A of the ocean portal. Made sure the keys were secure, and spore docks seem to convenient places during the safe which holds it. Right, so we found the crystals, right? We've already found those, but we didn't know... I was expecting another blue one for that one, and then like seeing like another machine that did red and one did... It was red and orange, right? Apparently, we need to go to the spore docks. I can get rid of all those notes are from when I was doing one of the Easter eggs on Black Ops 6. The spore docks. So the what they called it? They just called crystals. Crystals reminder. Minder? There we go. At the Spore Docks. The Spore Docks. Right. Cool. That should hopefully be helpful. The Velatron machine continues to work its magic, even with the Paldish clan no longer present to oversee its power. However, may they forgive the slight alterations I have had to install into the machine, due to the mechanisms there being so ancient. It'll work well for the code system. The oil canister still fits and operates as it should do, fueling the machine. With the use of the Billix oil, I feel it still connects to the Velatron temple with the other 5 zones of Falitzu Island. I was picking up some spilled Lavandis crystals from a fallen bowl at the emergency exit chamber of Golorfiak Mines the other day. Sea breeze can pick up a gale through the closed tunnel there. Then I stopped in my tracks and thought about my actions. While I strive to preserve what is left of the Vizultian world, perhaps I too am only sucking dry the remaining soul from this scarred land. As it is, a monstrous machine now sits where the Chianti Hall used to be, housing these very Lavandis crystals, crystals which were protected and held sacred to the Vizultians, dating back to a time long ago when Elithore sailed out to discover the constellation numbers. And now they're connected up to pipes and tubes, dunked in solutions to help grow Falitzu plants. Yet another part of Fazolta stolen by us and moulded to fit our own needs. Am I just like Smolax? Even in my attempts to help better Ruler J, perhaps I am not preserving anything of their old world at all. I know many of the old Fazoltian spears have either fallen or been blown off from certain structures here on Neyyah, and I have let these be, as though not to disturb too much of this ancient world. Perhaps I should let my thoughts be for now. I can only do what I can until the Quilivian is found. Fazolta remains in the grip of Ulajay. Neyyah will only be in Nayashka Site 28, and the Lodvik Tower, once barring the sacred Lodvik waters, which were pumped into the Nishka chamber to help grow this beautiful plant, will only ever serve as another means in which I am guilty of instigating, a means of escape. Everything is built to serve Ulajay. What will the Zoltians think when they do return here to Neyyah? I do wonder if it's too late. Orion speaks of the old one. They should arrive here very soon. From what she's told me about them, I hope it's sooner rather than later. We are the old one. Okay. And, right. I am going to end that episode here. Like I said, next time we'll do a quick start by reading that other journal. Hopefully it shouldn't take us too long. And I'm going to go record the 0.5 episode with all of that information in. And I will catch you all in the next episode where we leave this room and do some more exploring.